History says this market bubble could be at its peak right now.
If you look at the data, it would be compatible with history for the peak to be very soon. Everything is in line. This is, I think, the biggest investment bubble in American history. The indicators of a pure, crazy euphoria, like SpaceX, are all over the place.
If that warning is right, investors who stay fully exposed could watch paper gains vanish fast, with the most speculative names likely to fall first and hardest. What if willpower isn't the real problem?
Processed food just gets people to spontaneously eat more. Kevin Hull showed this in his study that was he designed some of the most elegant studies in nutrition. They basically took people from a minimally processed food diet and then gave them access to ultra-processed foods. Very few instructions, just eat till you feel satisfied, and they spontaneously increased their calorie intake by 500 calories a day. That's massive.
Ultra-processed foods can quietly drive overeating, making calorie control harder than most people realize. Trusting science blindly is exactly how people stop thinking for themselves.
I don't ever want to hear the words, trust the science. The words for me are, investigate the science. See whether it's right for you or not. See what else is available in the situation. Don't just routinely, without thought, without question, trust the science. Don't do that.
The uncomfortable truth is that authority feels safer than curiosity, and most people would rather borrow certainty than risk being wrong. But if you never question what you're told, how do you know whether you're following evidence or just following confidence? America's failed wars are pushing the Middle East toward a post-American order.
The United States started a war and it promptly lost. The Iranians have, unfortunately, strategically, at the strategic level, they have achieved victory. And where I think this goes geopolitically is a post-American Middle East in which Israel is likely now the pariah state.
In practice, that means regional powers will start hedging against Washington and treating Israel as a liability rather than a shield. If that shift keeps spreading, who actually holds the balance of power when America no longer sets the terms?
What happens when progress stops feeling like progress?
I think that starts to happen.
Yeah.
For me anyway, I'm like, I feel like for past generations, everybody felt like, all right, let's leave it better. We're all building towards something. And then now suddenly I feel like we're all standing in a cul-de-sac and we're like, what the fuck are we building towards anymore?
A lot of people are realizing success without direction feels empty. When the future stops looking clear, even momentum starts to feel pointless. So what are we actually building toward?
Major change always shocks people, even when they think they're ready for it.
No matter how much you prepare people for a major change is going to surprise them or catch them off guard or even catch them fully prepared. But familiarity and comfort is very powerful.
What you're selling when you're trying to convince someone that your new version is better is not just a feature checklist. It's not just like, here's some concrete, very objective way Basecamp 5 is better. Now, what you actually have to wrap that in is a heavy dose of empathy, heavy dose of skilled support people.
That means selling a new version is never just about proving. It is better on paper. It is about helping people feel safe enough to leave what they already know. If familiarity is that powerful, then how much of every change effort fails because we underestimate the human side of it?
What if certainty is the thing hurting us most?
The first tenet is not knowing. You know, we all have opinions, man, but we don't know the truth.
Yeah.
Certainty can fuck us up in big ways when we're so damn certain. So not knowing, you know, and then bearing witness. Not knowing, but just bear witness to what's going on.
Sometimes the wisest move is to stay open, watch closely, and let truth reveal itself.
What if the most obvious explanation is the one everyone's trying to bury?
Why is his shirt up at all? Because I think you're scooping something in there. Something's there that's sticking. That's an opinion, not a fact. But I'm going to think while it's still legal to do so, and it's barely legal to do so. So we can totally dismiss what everybody has told you about this theory not having legs, because now they need to tell us how it happened.
The real issue is how quickly a theory gets treated like a threat instead of a question. If that happens, public certainty becomes theater, not truth. So who decides which questions are still allowed?
What if the best stock market move is simply looking elsewhere?
Particularly if you have to own stocks, own them outside America. Don't own US stocks. That's a nice, simple strategy that you can act on.
Why?
They're much cheaper. And since the beginning of last year, they have handsomely outperformed the US.
Foreign stocks.
Foreign stocks of emerging countries, of European countries, Japan, Canada, Australia, and so on.
The takeaway is simple. If you must own stocks, consider markets outside America for better value and performance. Is the supplement aisle selling you science or just expensive packaging?
I would say very clearly, too, if you're using any other form of creatine, I think you're wasting your money. Creatine hydrochloride has some hype around it. It's apparently it's a little more soluble. The claim is that you need less, but there's only a couple studies on it, and it's more expensive. So I tell people, just take creatine monohydrate. It is tried and true. It's been shown to saturate the muscle cells 100% with phosphocreatine, and that's what you want.
Creatine monohydrate has the strongest evidence and reliably does the job. The pricier versions mostly add marketing, not meaningful results. If the goal is better muscle, why gamble on hype? Stop treating science like a god, because that's how it starts controlling you.
Yes, we are in danger of creating a kind of multi-dimensional machine which reaches into all aspects of human consciousness and controls us, yeah. We've got to stop worshipping science, that's for sure. We've got to put it in its rightful place as an incredibly valuable tool which can do great things for human beings, but which can also do terrible harm and damage.
The uncomfortable truth is that our smartest tools can become systems of influence so powerful they shape what we think, want, and fear before we even notice. If science is only a tool, who decides when it stops serving us and starts ruling us? Is backing out sometimes the only rational move left?
So the president, who got us into this mess in the first place, and shame on him, did make a rational and, in some ways, though depressing, probably the only right decision, a noble decision actually, just take his lumps and get out. Because if we don't do that, what exactly are we going to do? And again, no one's answered that question because there's no answer.
The argument is that retreat can be the least disastrous choice when no real plan exists. Staying in without answers only deepens the damage and the risk. If there's no clear endgame, why keep pretending there is? Who actually makes the best crowd work moment?
The smaller venue I do, the more people yell out because they want to be the person that gets to talk to. They want to be the next clip. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It's usually the least assuming person you talk to is probably you're gonna get the best shit out of it.
The loudest person usually isn't the best source of comedy. Real gold often comes from the quiet, unsuspecting people in the room. So who are you overlooking when everyone else is trying to be seen?
Could discomfort be the clearest sign you've built something better?
I think about that essay when I think about a launch like this, that if we can just nail the key interactions, the key reasons why someone would look at Basecamp 5 and go like, oh my gosh, so much better, through the same eyes as we did. I mean, we had this discussion internally quite a few times as we were getting closer to the end, where it was almost painful to go back to Basecamp 4 because the product felt so inferior to what we built with Basecamp 5. That's the kernel where you know there's something great here. When it actually kind of stings or hurts a little to go back to your previous version, you know you have something that's great.
When the old version feels hard to return to, you may finally have something truly great.
What if action is what clears your head?
You can't think your way into right action, but you can act your way into right thinking.
Yeah.
And I think it's reminding me of what you're saying. It's like, yeah, I can't sit there and think like this is going to be perfect. It's like I just have to make the start, and then the rest of it will meet me there.
Sometimes you have to move first, and the clarity shows up after. That means progress starts before confidence does. What if waiting to feel ready is the real trap?
What if the most telling reaction was from the person nobody noticed?
They were carrying Charlie's casket out of the hospital, and you catch in the background Mikey looks like he's physically sick. This clip, I don't know when it came out. It recently went viral, but I've been telling you the whole time. That Mikey that was in the background, that was physically sick, is what I was told from the very beginning. Mikey was impacted by this in a way that leads me to believe that Mikey did not know that Charlie was going to die on that day.
That background reaction suggests real shock, not a rehearsed cover story. If that's true, the timeline gets a lot more interesting. So what did Mikey actually know before that day? Could your safest move be looking beyond U.S. stocks?
Buy a broad-based index of non-U.S. equities.
Non-US, that's really surprising to me.
For like 60% of your money, and then 5 or 10% in precious metals. And if it's convenient and sensible, hold a bit of real estate. And the rest I'd put in bonds.
The message is simple. Diversify globally, add some hard assets, and keep the rest defensive.
What if more protein actually made fat loss easier, not harder?
There doesn't seem to be really downsides to it, even like up to very high levels of protein. Jose Antonio did a study that was a year-long randomized control trial. And again, it's just 1 year, but they were looking at all sorts of different biomarkers. And basically, even up to like 4 grams per kilogram of protein, they couldn't really find any negative health outcomes from it. Other than people were just so satiated, they ended up eating less calories.
High protein can boost fullness without showing clear downsides, even at surprisingly high intakes. That could make eating less feel almost automatic while supporting muscle. If the data keep holding, why are so many people still afraid of protein? Is this the moment America should cut Israel loose?
So the first thing I would say is this is an opportunity to pull out and never go back. Pull out right now, never go back. In the process, get on the phone with Bibi and explain to him a multi-point plan for stopping sending the aid that we've been sending. We are not going to engage anymore in intelligence sharing at any level that we've been doing.
The clip argues that ending aid and intelligence ties would force a total strategic reset.
What happens when a launch date becomes an irreversible line?
What was important about that date, too, was that once we'd picked it, we had this point of no return, and that pertained to the mobile apps. We had designed new mobile apps for Basecamp 5, and they were not backwards compatible. So once those new mobile apps went live in the app stores, we could not roll back. We could not go back to the old version because the new apps didn't work with the old version, and the old apps didn't work with the new version. So we kind of had this hard line where we just had to say, this is now, we're doing it because we have to submit the apps to the app stores, and then once they're approved, that doesn't roll back.
Once the new apps hit the stores, there was no going back. That kind of commitment forces decisions to become real fast. Would your team move differently if rollback was impossible? Life feels bigger when you realize meaning is something you have to create yourself.
The greatest gift that life has given to humanity is that it has no meaning. There is no purpose. That's a gift.
Oh, really?
Think of that as a gift. And now, what are you going to do about that? How do you fill that? How do you fill that space? What is, what do you? And again, is that I keep coming back to that thing about being done as opposed to doing.
In practice, that means every choice, relationship, and project becomes your answer to an empty page you did not ask for. If nothing comes preloaded with purpose, what else gets left out when the story sounds too clean?
So, the stories Frank and Brian Harpole have told to the public, for some reason, don't include this. We were told only his neck was being addressed. They got right to work. He got right to work. Frank was praying in the back seat. They had about 6 minutes on the clock, weaving through traffic at 40, 60, 100 miles per hour for a ride that Google Maps says is 8 minutes away.
The missing details change the whole timeline. That means the public version may be incomplete. What else are they not telling us? Is faster always better, or just more annoying for your stomach?
So, again, no solutions, only trade-offs. You can load it, and you will saturate your phosphocreatine stores faster, like usually within a week. If you just take 5 grams per day, it'll take 2, 3, 4 weeks, but you will get to the same place, and you're probably going to have a much lower risk of GI issues. Some people, creatine can be a gut irritant. If it is for some folks, I would recommend splitting it into multiple doses.
The shortcut only changes speed, not the final result. Taking it slower may be easier on your gut while reaching the same place. So why chase? America has given Israel far more than it has ever received in return.
The United States has done a lot more for Israel than Israel has done for the United States. That's just a fact. It's a math question. Show me numbers that contradict that. You can't, because they don't exist. They don't even, nothing in that realm exists.
That means every new round of aid, military backing, and diplomatic protection should be judged by what Americans actually get back, not by habit or guilt. Great products can win, even when they break the usual rules.
I actually just shared this article from mid-2000s, I think. I forget his first name. Boucher, the creator of Gmail. Paul. That's right. Yep. Paul has this wonderful essay entitled, I'm going to butcher it now, A Great Product Doesn't Have to Be Good, which sounds counterintuitive. But his point is that if you have something that's novel and appealing and has a core that's really strong and really appealing, and people are highly motivated to get that, all the other stuff, like the laundry list of checkbox features of things you ought to have, doesn't have to be there.
In practice, that means a team can ship something focused and compelling before it feels complete by normal standards, because the core value is strong enough to pull people in anyway. But if users are willing to overlook missing basics for a while, what does that say about how much of product quality is really just convention? When do you stop waiting for rescue?
Sometimes, bro, the craziest thing is like, it's sometimes you don't want to have to be the person to come to your own rescue again, right? It's like, that's life. It's like you have to be the person to come to your own rescue. But even that is just me. It's more that same story. It's more the thing. It's it's like adding all this lore to it. It's like, just fuck it. Just do the shit I need to do if I want to get better.
Sometimes getting better means dropping the story and just doing what needs to be done. If that's glass, then this story just got a lot harder to explain.
So we can now say officially beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are looking at glass. Okay, it's glass. It just is black glass, tempered glass on all over the car. Especially, this is now, as you saw, in between the two captain chairs, right about where if they were taking it off of Charlie's shirt or body, we would expect to see that.
The uncomfortable part is that once you accept the evidence, the easy version of events starts falling apart. What else have people been too quick to assume before the facts were actually settled? Diet soda beats sugar every time, and that should make people uncomfortable.
There is no situation where it is not a net positive to take somebody who drinks sugar-sweetened beverages and have them drink an artificially sweetened beverage. Like, in the meta-analysis, there was actually a recent network meta-analysis looking at markers of adiposity, HbA1c, a bunch of different health markers, and when you substitute, we'll call it non-nutritive sweeteners since stevia is not artificial, but so when you substitute N and S for the sugar-sweetened beverages, you see improvements in a lot of different things.
The uncomfortable truth is that a lot of our health panic is aimed at the wrong villain. If swapping one sweet drink for another can improve markers, what else have we been told to fear without enough evidence?
What if scarcity is being manufactured, not discovered?
The point is that all the stuff that we as Americans take for granted, abundant food, affordable groceries, energy, all of this stuff is being denied to us on some level. It's being complicated, our ability to get that. And it's being done because of policy. It's not being done because there's an actual shortage.
No.
It's being done because of policy, either war or whatever.
The argument is that everyday shortages come from policy, not natural limits. That means war and bureaucracy can quietly reshape what families can afford. If that's true, who benefits from keeping people feeling squeezed?
This was the most critical launch because everyone moved to Basecamp 5 at once.
This, I would say, is the most critical launch we've probably ever done because we transitioned everybody from Basecamp 4 to Basecamp 5. So in previous versions, not always, but historically, from Classic to 2, we let people stay on Classic, and then some people could opt into 2, or new customers could have 2. From 2 to 3, we did the same thing. From 3 to 4, it was more of a gradual, slow transition over a number of months, where we just added a bunch of new features, but like slowly at a time, essentially. And then with 5, we had, hundreds of new improvements that we launched all at the same time.
In practice, that kind of release means there is no safe old version to fall back on. So every decision has to be right the first time. It raises the real question of how much change a product can absorb before the people using it start feeling the weight of it.